Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 4. As I fix my replay, my apologies, my overlay. And we've got a 2v2 on Fields of Isis. I'm going to be solo casting this one, giving Spiff the chance to fix a couple of driver issues, as you guys have known. And we have a little bit of screw up. I didn't watch closely enough. They kind of switched sides. Team East was supposed to be on the East and Team West was supposed to be on the West. And unfortunately, it's going to be a little confusing, but the colors are still correct. So let's go ahead and introduce, starting with our East team, as always. It is our yellow Cyber Commander, JP Smith from Australia, the man we know and love from the SCS. And we got his partner, our red AN Commander, opening up with 2 air factories, looks like. It is Darian, the Soviet. I was almost about to say Angry, but no, Angry Space Marine is on the other hand side, spawning in teal as the Cyber Commander, putting down 2 research stations just like we had JP doing. And his teammate is our blue AN Commander, OSS Rexnar, who is also very well known to us. Of course, I think we got 3 Liga C players in this game. Very, very interesting. And let's see, both teams looks like are doing pretty much the meta. So this is going to be a nice standard game. We do see Angry already pushing to the center here, building a land factory. So that is definitely what you want to do on this map. JP Smith is a little behind, but he actually went... Okay, so there's the difference so far. We got 3 research for our West team, or sorry, for the East team. That's gonna mess me up, this orientation. And the West team went with 2 research stations. So this is a little bit of a more balanced opening because it allows you to build a land factory to deal with aggression early on if you need to, but it does put you behind against what JP Smith is doing, because JP is going to go straight into that mega, or at least I'm guessing he is going to go straight into that mega, because that's just what you play on this match. And so far, yeah, both of these players, we aren't going to JP Smith is saying land fac. Interesting. Yeah, so that should tell you that you're kind of, well, no, not necessarily safe, but you know, if you get your mega out, you're going to be good. And chances are on this map, if you can get the mega out, and 1 factory aggression is not going to be too much, but it does tell you that you can't really put your factories here, at least for now, because you are going to be behind on that MML, or not MML, just ML, missile launchers. Energy coming down for Angry, so he is going to go to Megalith as well. So he actually puts down his Megalith before JP. Uh-oh. Did we just see a great fake? Yeah, well, you got to put your Mega Factory down and not chat. Are you guys not in voice chat? Oh, no. They might not be in voice chat, which is not good. You definitely have to be in voice chat, especially to synchronize your gameplay to be the most efficient. It is going to go down here. That land gantry is going to go down. It's a little late. And, you know, a couple of seconds on Fields of Isis is not too terribly important. But it was a delay that was unnecessary. I am going to say that. I will say also for Angry, it's quite nice that he has these energy generators. I wouldn't build them in the line like this, but it's nice that he has them out front. Of course, when you have energy generators and you have a megalith battle, if you have energy generators on the front, those megaliths will actually fire on some of them. So that is why you see some pros putting down them kind of ahead of the megalith line. And that is a very nice bit of micro. Of course, Angry is not really doing that. I think it's more of a random thing here, but that is going to be in his advantage. As is, you know, JP's, he has some stuff here, but not as much. And the reason why it's, of course, energy is because energy is disposable, and it's very easy to build and rebuild. More, oh, I don't know if I like this 4th research station for, well, actually, no. Given kind of the relative level of these players, and also given the state of the game, because both of these players are essentially going... Nice snipe on the radar, by the way. And Rexnar is not responding. Uh-oh. That's that needed to be responded to. He actually has his factories paused for some reason. Is Rexnar AFK? I think Rexnar is AFK. Oh no. They had 3 air already for his opponent. What is Rexnar doing? Rexnar is not there. Something happened to Rexnar. Okay, well, yeah, this game is over now because unfortunately, well, no, he moved his planes back, so he's there. I'm just not sure why his factories are still paused. No, there's no way. Yeah, I think Rexnar unfortunately is AFK. Nope, unpaused his factory, so maybe he was trying to micro. I guess that engagement could have gone much worse. He was down on air there. But I guess this was a semi-equal... I can't say that because Darian is now double air up. So I'm not sure what was going on. Of course, JP's now going to spam... Or sorry, Rexnar is now going to spam a bunch of air factories, which is what you got to do. But honestly, I wouldn't mind 2 air and 1 research as well at this point. Because now you're down quite a bit and you can't really venture out. And you know, this is a devastating because they do have that anti-air and megaliths and cover fire, potentially anti-air on this forward air land factory. And we do have shields from both players, so that's good. Good progression, definitely the right choices so far from both teams. I'm just wondering what happened to JP there. His factories were paused way too long. Maybe he forgot about it, but honestly, he wasn't queuing up anything. He's also not producing out of 2 air factories now. He is not assisting with his engineers. He has some idle engineers there. Meanwhile, Darian is doing quite a nice job engaging all of his engineers, and everything is being pretty efficient, with the exception of this engineer over here from our East team. 2 megaliths already out for the East team. That's the result of assisting. Also, yeah, that is so weird. I guess they assisted more because Teal had his gantry up quicker, so there must have been some assist going on. There's no way. There's 2 megaliths each now. 4th air factory is a little late. I want to say 9 minutes is just a little late for the 4th air factory. So he is going to be floating quite a bit of mass here, so he's gonna start building. Looks like he only had 1 energy generator? No, 2 energy generators. Yeah, that's fine. 2nd land gantry for both teams, so very well done there. And 5 air for Rexnar. He doesn't have his mass expansions also. That's something I've noticed. Neither team actually has really expanded. I think it's relatively safe right now, especially for the East team, to go ahead and grab these 2 mass extractors here. And okay, so Rexnar is now producing out of all 5 air factories. Another nice bombing run. Unfortunately, there was a shield there, and if JP Smith was here, he could have caught these planes on a nice retreat here. But I think Darian knew that. He's gonna push back. First Cicada is out, by the way, and let's see what is cooking here. Can't quite see in there. It looks... Oh, that's a Cicada. Okay, so both of these teams are doing the meta of the meta, the creme de la creme. The right stuff is being built. I would say these loyalists are useless, though. So the East is being a little inefficient, but it's little inefficiencies here and there. It's not as big as Rexnar's kind of miss macro there. A lot of anti-air. And if anything, I would just go into adapters. They might want to go into bomb bouncers. I'm actually not quite sure what is more efficient on this map, bomb bouncer or adapter first. So I'm not quite sure. I think adapter with megaliths, that's my guess. But I think bomb bouncer is just really good as it is anyway. All right, so Team East is going to be the aggressor here. Now, this is where I will say that the energy generators would have been very nice. There is now a Cicada from both teams. That Cicada making its way out just the right time. There's only 2 megaliths here for the East team, so that is quite a bit of a disadvantage here. But nice micro from Darian, but I think actually... no, okay, it wasn't. So there's going to be absolutely nothing being done. There is bombing runs on the Cicada, which is going to be very, very useful. That first Megalith is not being micro properly, of course. If they're shooting through, Supreme Commander is still going to hit whatever is in between you and the target. And that Cicada is very, very low. That Megalith is going to be in trouble. 3 Megaliths are still surviving for the West team. And this is looking very, very good for the West if it wasn't for the air. But the air is getting caught on the back foot as well. Rexnar needs to retreat. Rexnar needs to retreat right now back to the safety of anti-air. Looks like he is doing that. Very nicely done. Rexnar turning on the heat when you needed it to. Could have bombed that Cicada earlier, I will say, but overall I think not bad from the West team. A lot of air factory now for our red commander Darian. By the way, Darian the Soviet. I love these Soviet names. Angry Space Marine needed to change his to like something like Dog in Space or something. Angry Dog in Space. I don't know. Shout down in the description or in the comments what you think Angry should have changed his name to. And yeah, again, it equates a little bit. I don't know if it was the safest to push for our East team, but East is now, or sorry, West team. I told you guys, the side orientation is going to confuse me. The West team is deciding not to push, which I think is a little bit of a mistake, but also I see that there's 2 Cicadas, which is terribly inefficient with only 1 Megalith. So, yeah, let's see if there's another Cicada going to be making its way for the West team. Doesn't look like there is a second Cicada. Oh, okay, there's a second Cicada being cooked, which is absolutely the correct choice. And then you can really slow down on the Cicadas. Adapters are now making its way out, so that's definitely the correct. And the transition from the East team is going to be artillery. And that is... Actually, that might be, you know, I'm not aware. I actually don't like this map very much, so I'm not really aware of what the endgame meta is for Cyberniz on this map. But I can see this being very good, especially if you have choke points like this. Obviously, base is clumped up. Let's see, the air count, air factory count is 6 for Rexnar and 6 for Darian. So, pretty nice. All right. So far, still very close. I will give an edge to the West team. Definitely to the West team, especially if they plop down another land gantry. That will definitely be a nice advantage for them. And they will need, and if they push at exactly the time they see this artillery going, which looks like they are going to, it's going to be very nice. I would like to see this Cicada in the back. There is another one supporting it, so it's not terribly important here. Now let's see the Cicada control here. Oh, don't take it out too far. Looks like that Cicada from the West team, or sorry, the East team was a little late. Let me orient this camera so that East is on the East. All right, good job here, I think, overall, by the West team. Focusing down that Cicada. There's an air engagement as there is no Cicada coverage. Looks like that second Cicada is going to turn on. And it looks like the first Cicada from both teams have fallen now, but there's just so much more of the East, or sorry, the West here. Air is looking like Darian is having an advantage here, but overall I think it's close enough to where the adapters can matter. Is there flares? That's the question. It looks like there is. Oh, that's a massive advantage for the red player. There are flares for the red player, and I don't think there are flares for Rexnar. At least I haven't seen any yet. Or maybe that's it. I can't really see. But there's a massive, overwhelming Megalith count from the West team. I think this is going to be a 2-2 tie here, keeping the series very, very close. And this is exactly what I hoped it to be. Of course, I want East to win, but also I am cheering for very close. So I'm hoping for a Game 7 win for the East team, but we'll see. Looks like that gantry is going to get picked off, and that's really going to be the end, unless there's a massive mistake on air and there's a snipe or something like that, but I think this is going to be it. JP Smith is going to fall here. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. JP Smith does fall. And honestly, you can't really do anything with adapters and air being still very, very close. Is there still no flares on Rexnar's planes? Now, of course, it's hard to tell, but when they were kind of grouped together, I didn't see any flares coming out, so I don't know. And there, oh, actually, Rexnar is going to win air too. So yeah, decisive win for Team West. Next game, I'm going to have to make sure that we have the correct orientations. And yeah, 2-2, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take another 10-minute break to set up Game 5, 2-2, keeping it nice and close. If you're still watching, give a thumbs up to this video. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you are blown away by it, check out my Patreon page. This has been Nite. Take care and peace out.